Hello and welcome back to the Cannon Sports Show. Today we are going to be discussing the Cardinals' Week 1 loss to the Washington Commanders. And while it was a tough game for the Cardinals, they had a lot of really good chances to pull away and get the win, but unfortunately the offense was just unable to click, and it was a close loss. But there was a lot of good takeaways that we can make from this game. The defense was incredible. We had a lot of good chances to win because of them. And they scored our only touchdown of the game as well, which is huge. The defense was the only reason why we had a chance at winning this game. The defense gives us a lot of hope that if they can play like this throughout the season, we could maybe win some games. The offense, however, did not perform well. Ultimately, couldn't get anything going late. Regardless, though, the run game was solid. We went against a good D lineman, a good D line, and we were able to get some run game going. And then Rondell Moore, he showed good glimpses. Marquise Brown a little bit. Trey McBride here and there. We had a lot of really good plays from those guys. So moving on to the offensive side of the ball, the offense did okay in the run game. Connor got 62 yards here. That's decent. 4.4 per carry is pretty good actually. But it wasn't fantastic. But it gave us enough opportunities to get the pass game going. But unfortunately, Joshua Dobbs just kind of struggled to get going. He just looked out of rhythm, and it isn't completely his fault. He just got here a couple weeks ago, so it's not surprising to see that, he's struggling a bit. He's still going to need time to get comfortable in this offense. I think that Dobbs is going to get the start next week against the Giants, despite people thinking he's going to get benched for Clayton Tune. I do think that we need to give Dobbs, time to know the offense, understand how to run it, especially because we traded picks, or a pick for this dude. We traded players to get that pick, and then we traded a pick to get we can't just give up on him immediately. He didn't look horrible, but he just didn't look good, and that's okay though. For his first game with this offense, I think he looked okay, but we'll see what happens though. The team might decide to make a drastic move and go with Tune. In terms of the O line, they actually did not look horrible. We had time to get plays off. They got us some run space. They weren't amazing, but they did relatively well. The only thing that scares me is that if we get injuries to the O line, we are going to be in a lot of trouble. We severely lack depth at the O line position, and if we lose out on some of our O linemen, it's going to be a long season for us. In terms of receiving, we had some nice plays. We just weren't given a ton of opportunities to make a lot of plays receiving, and so it's something that hopefully we can move on from next week, and hopefully get Rondell Moore more of the ball, get Marquise Brown more of the ball, get Trey McBride a little bit more involved in the offense because he did well. Ertz had 6 catches and didn't do much with them. Connor had 5 catches, didn't do much with them. I'd like to see our guys that did well get more touches. But moving on to the defense, they were incredible. They were able to get a lot of pressure on Howell. They forced 6 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and then 7 pass deflections. Our defense, and then a touchdown as well. Our defense showed a few things. They showed that when we're healthy, we are going to be a problem for teams running the football, and then we are always going to be a threat and getting pressure on the quarterback. We played with so much physicality in that game, despite the one tackle from Kazir White where he damn near killed Howell, which I wasn't even mad about, by the way, because it was a damn good hit. He just can't do that again. But it's going to help us wear down offenses being physical. It's going to help us wear them down week in, week out. This game showed a lot of what Jonathan Gannon is here to do. He is capable of coaching a high-level defense. I'm excited to see how we're going to look throughout the rest of the season as these guys get more comfortable in this system. And then same thing as always, injuries are going to be, they're going to hurt us on defense if we get them. And if we obtain a lot of injuries, our defense is once again going to be a problem. But if they stay healthy, they are going to be a threat. They are going to make teams miserable. And I'm very, very excited to see how they play throughout the year. Anyway, moving on to the best players this week. Kazir White, besides the one hit where once again he nearly killed Sam Howell, he was really good. 9 total tackles, 5 solo, tackle for loss. He was good. He was everywhere. He did well. This week's player of the week, Dennis Gardeck. 4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 for loss. He had 3 quarterback hits, 2 sacks. he was everywhere. Gardeck is a beast. I'm so happy with how he played. I really hope that this is a big year for him. I hope that he can really show something, and then we can maybe sign him long term, because he's a great player. He just truly is. He plays with so much heart, so much energy, and it's good to see him especially bounce back too. Because like even though his injury happened a while ago, but like still, like I think he was still somewhat recovering last season from it, and he didn't look great last year. So it's good to see him kind of get back into his form, and hopefully he can stay healthy this year. Kevon Wallace had a really good game. 7 total tackles, 3 solo, 2 pass deflections. I was really happy with him. Marco Wilson also was really good. Pass deflection, 6 total tackles, 5 solo. The one thing is, like, he looked a little sloppy at times in coverage. I know he had, off the top of my head, I can only think of the one pass interference, but like Marco was good this game too. And then I want to highlight at least one person on offense, even though they don't. Most of these guys don't really deserve it. But James Conner had a good game. 14 carries, 62 yards, 4.4 average. He did well. He tempoed our offense and gave us a lot of solid looks. It would have been better if he had gotten going in the passing game like he normally does, but that's okay. But anyway, moving on. This was a really good start for the Cardinals. It gives me a lot of hope that when Kyler comes back, we are going to be more dangerous, and that hopefully we can make something happen this year that not a lot of people are expecting. Next week, we're going against a talented Giants team that underperformed severely against the Cowboys. So the Cardinals might be able to take advantage of this, take advantage of maybe that hurt confidence, and get our first win of the year. And then also quickly, I honestly just remembered this. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but Houston lost. So currently, Cardinals are in good form to get 2 top picks. I'm not saying I want the Cardinals to tank. I'm not saying no one wants to see the team tank. I'm not saying I want the Cardinals to be last place. All I'm saying is that like if we get last place, I'm not gonna be mad about it. But regardless, though, Houston lost, and if they get last place, no one's gonna be sad about that in the Cardinals fan base. So that was nice to see. But yeah, I don't really got much more to talk about. It was a solid game, but it's week 1. Like, I want to see how this team performs week in and week out. But yeah, I don't got much more to talk about. I just want to clarify. This podcast was released today. I was planning on releasing it yesterday, but I don't know. After watching all the NFL games, I was just really tired, and I wanted to get to bed so I could wake up and do school in the morning, and then I figured I'd get this done afterwards. And unfortunately, like I couldn't get it up. Honestly, I feel like it was just nice to take the night off after watching football and then just get it done today. I think this might be when I start doing it more often than not. But anyway, NFL podcast tomorrow. And yeah, so I'll see you guys then. Have a good day.